Hello everyone. Today we will be talking about a very important subject, which is the array. You'll need to know about the arrays, and this will be very helpful for you for the coming projects. So stay tuned. We'll be talking about one-dimensional array and how to pass the array to the methods. For more videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell to be the first one receiving the latest videos. So now this is a new project, and I'm going to show you how to declare and use the arrays. We'll be talking about one-dimensional array, and as you know, the array is a variable that can store multiple values, and those values are of the same data type. So in the past you were using just regular variables like this one, integer index equals to 0, so the index of type integer can save just one element or one value, which is, as we initialize it here, 0, and we can update it. So if we say index equal 9, then the index now is 9, is overwriting the old value. But if we want to save both of these values and more values that we want, such an example, your scores, we don't want to overwrite the scores, we want to save the score of your first test, second test, and so on, and keep them saved. So that's why we need to use the arrays. So here I'll show you how to start declaring an array, and let's say that the array is of type integer, double, character, whatever you want. But here I am saying that this is an array of scores, and this array is of size, let's say 3. So here I am declaring a new array of type integer, and the size of this array is 3, which represent the 3 grades that you have, or the three tests that you have. So now after declaring the array, and here is how to declare it, remember to use these brackets, these square brackets, and do not use any other kinds of brackets. This is the syntax of C++. Now let's start by filling the array with some elements. So remember that the array has an index, and the index is representing the location. So look at here. So if we want to declare this array, and as you know, this array is of type integer, so here we have the array, and this is the array, one-dimensional array that has 3 elements. And here the index, the first index is 0. We start with 0, which represent the first location, and then going up, this is number 1 and this is number 2. So the name of the array is here scores, and the size is 3, as you can see is 3, but the index is starting by 0 to the size -1, 3 minus 1, which is 2. And here we are going to save some elements inside. So we can save the first grade, which is 70, the second grade, you are progressing well, 90, and then you get 95. Good job, guys. So these are the things. So let's start here, and let's do the code. Now here I declared it here, and next I want to start filling the array. So we have many ways to fill the array, either by initializing the array right away, or I can accept input from the user. I can fill it with some data by doing some calculations. So if you want to initialize it, then you can go ahead and use these curly braces, and here you can say 70, 90, and 95. This is one way. Or you can fill it by using the cin to accept input from the keyboard, from the user, and then fill them with different things, which I prefer. And here, let's do it as simple as possible. And now we want to print the results or print these grades. Just we want to print them. So we need to say I want to print one by one. So I want to print the first element of the array, which has the index 0, the second one, which has index 1 and 2. So I'll use a for counter to go from 0 here to the size -1, which is 2. So that's why I will say index equals 0 and the index is less than 3, and here the index plus plus. And now next I will say cout, and here we'll print the array, which it is scores, the array name scores, and then we need these brackets and the index that we have. So if the index is 0, then it will print scores of 0. To fix this problem, the cout, we need here to write using name space and here a standard, and this will fix the problem. Okay. Now, if you want to leave some spaces between the numbers, then I will do some spaces here, and I will use the insertion operation. Now run. So this is the thing. So we initialize it, and second we are doing this to print them out. Now if we want to do some processing on the array, such as sorting the array, I want to sort the array, but this one is already sorted, so I can change here some numbers. I will say here 70, here 60, and here 65. Okay, so these are the numbers and I want to sort them. So here in order to sort the array, I want to do the following. Look at this here. I want to compare the first element here, the 70, with the rest of the elements in my array. So I will set a pointer here to point to the first element, and I have another pointer to compare each one of the element to the rest of the array until the end. So I will name this one as the index I, and here as the j, the second one. So that's why the I will start from 0, as you can tell, and the j will be equal I plus 1, which is here 1. Always j is preceding the I, or j equals to the current position of I plus 1. So I'll compare 90 to 70 and swap them if we want to change the positions, if the one is smaller than the other or bigger, and then moving to the next one here. So we can move the j to be here, and the j now is 2. So that's why we can compare the first one to the rest of the array, the first, the second element, and the third element. After we find the smallest element, will be moved to the first place. So this is to sort the array in an ascending order, and then we'll update the I to be pointing to the second element because the first is already sorted, and we will compare it to the rest of the array. So this is the scenario, and let's go ahead and do the things. So here I will use the for counter here, the index, the first one, and the for counter j. So I will start from 0 2, not 3 to 2, because the j will be, if the I is 2, then you know the j will be I plus 1 to start from the next place of the index. Lose them. So here I will use a new variable temp to save the first index, the first element of the array at the first one, and then this one will be available to save the scores of the second element, which is represented by j. And here the third step is that we can say that the scores of j will be equal what we saved at the beginning, which is the temp. So this is how to swap the elements. Okay. So imagine that you have two cups, one filled with water and the second one is filled with orange juice. So how to swap them? You need a third cup to move the water to the empty cup, and the empty cup here is represented by the temp, and then moving the content of the second cup that has orange to the first one, which is empty, and then moving back the temp, or moving the extra cup back to the second cup. This is what is going behind the scenes, similar to this example. And now let's go ahead, after swapping all the elements one by one, and let's go ahead and print the array again. So I'll copy this and paste it here and run the result. Run again, and you can see here. So let me do something else. Let me print a new line to separate the two arrays before and after. So here before sorting and here after sorting. So it's already sorted. You can see here it's the array is sorting in ascending order. My question for you guys, and I want you to write down in the comments below on YouTube what to do in order to sort them in descending order. Write this down. Let's see what's your answer. The last part is that we can do the sorting in a function. So we can do a function that is doing the job for us. So if we want to sort more than one array, then we don't have to repeat all these statements. We have a lot of statements here, so we will write them in a function, and whenever we want to sort any array, if we have one array, 2, 3, 5 arrays, just call the function. And this is the benefit of using functions, to minimize your code, to improve your structure, and so on. So let's do it together. So I will cut this code and I'll create a method here. So the method will be as follows: returning nothing, and the method named sort. And here, in order to sort an array, we need to pass the pointer to the array, or the name of the array. Look at this: scores, and just the brackets without saying anything, and then we need the size of the array as well. So here is a method. This is the method to sort. In order to send the array from the main, which we will be doing shortly, we need to receive it, and this is the way to receive it. This is very important to know: the data type, the array name, and just brackets without writing anything. Here we are sending just the first element, and this is the size, going from the first to the size. And here I will do paste view the things that we just mentioned. So that's it. And now here I will call the method that we have here. We call it sort, and we need to pass the array. Pay attention to this point. Scores. This is the way how to pass the array to a method. Just the name of the array without the brackets. Do not use the brackets. But when you received it here in the header of the method or the header of the function, you need to use the brackets. This is very important, and let's do this. Let's run, and we'll see the result is the same, but now the code is more professional, more structured. And if we have more than one array, then all what we need to do is calling the method and just adding one line like this one. See that? Just one line and you'll be good. So if you have more than one array, without the methods, you need to repeat all of these. So write down your comments if you need me to cover anything in the future. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to receive the latest videos, to be the first one receiving them. Like and share, and thank you for watching. See you soon. Goodbye.